Good morning. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 32 years practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we are here for you. We want to be your go-to source for all things health and nutrition. 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. If you want to purchase longevity products, or even better, if you want to sign up to join the Bright Side Ben team and start yourself a longevity business. If you're an entrepreneur, it's an ideal business opportunity. If you're not an entrepreneur, it's still a great business opportunity. If you're interested in being in the health business, providing health supplements and as well as health wisdom, we teach you how to be how to be intelligent about health, much more intelligent than most people. If you're participating in longevity, it's not like you're going to become a healthcare professional just by being a distributor, but don't underestimate how much you know, how much more you know, or how much more you will know than your average person when you're involved with longevity. You just have to be, because you're talking about nutrition, you're talking about vitamins, you're listening to programs like this, you're coming to meetings, etc. So if you want to be in the health business, this is a great way to do it. If you are an entrepreneur, it's a great business opportunity for entrepreneurs. And if you just want to get your products at the wholesale price for a one-time $25 fee, you can't beat the business. You can't beat the longevity opportunity, business or just wholesale. Call 866-735-2470. That is being in the business or just participating as a whole, getting your products wholesale. Call 866-735-2470 for more info, 866-735-2470, or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. And I'd like to remind you to check out our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com. We have our new energizing exfoliator. And when I say energizing, that's literally what we're talking about. The energizing exfoliator is made with electrical minerals designed to drive electricity into the skin. We're going to talk about the electrical nature of the skin later in the coming days. We'll be talking about the electrical nature of the skin and how skin itself grows in, like every other system in the body. Skin cells, like all other cells, grow electrically. The electronics of the body and the electronics of a cell are not to be underappreciated when it comes to growth. Growth is an electrical phenomena. Repair is an electrical phenomena. Healing is an electrical phenomena. Health is an electrical phenomena. This is what we've been talking about here for the last few days, or a few weeks really, and we'll continue talking about it. The electrical and the energetic nature of the body. The skin is no different, and if you want to improve or upregulate or heal, or just have better, nicer, more beautiful, youthful, moisturized, softened skin, you want that skin to be electrically active and electrically functional. Not just activity. The electrons have to be directed correctly, but the combination of electricity and vitamins on the skin, topically, are really what healing and beautiful skin are all about. Healthy and beautiful skin are all about. All right. Speaking of energy and health, energy is health. As we've been saying, if it's done correctly in the body, energy shows up as electricity. More specifically, bioelectricity. This is something new. Actually, gross bioelectricity we've known about since the 18th century, the early 18th century, I believe, or late 17th century, when Luigi Galvani made frogs' legs twitch by running an electrical current through them. I think maybe it might have been the early 19th century, actually, when Galvani was around, like 1820 or whatever. And that's when they discovered there was this thing called bioelectricity. But what we've only begun to understand, like the last 100 years, not even, is there's quantum bioelectricity. There is electricity that moves at the tiniest of levels. That is electrons. And the movement of electrons, electron is just a piece of electricity. And quantum is just tiny, tiny pieces. It's not like it's really, there's nothing we have to really have our eyes glaze over about. It's just really, really small, really super, super duper small. And when I say small, I'm talking trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of times smaller than the world we live in. So incomprehensibly small, but small. That's all it is. And weird things happen when the world gets that small. Can you imagine what the world must be like if you could shrink yourself down trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of time? Obviously, it would be very, very different. It would be so different you couldn't even. Things blink on and off spontaneously. They're in two places at once at the same time. They travel faster than the speed of light. They just do the most bizarre things at that level. And health is the end result of that kind of bizarreness or miracle or craziness or whatever you want to call it. That's what health is. And by the way, mental and emotional count. Mental and emotional are energy as well. And whether you're tangible or not, mental and emotional and energy in general is not just mystical. It's hardcore science. It is detected by EEGs and EKGs. And our basic human senses. We can sense that energy. All you need to do is stop. Be still and sense your body. Be still and know. Be still and know the energy that is always in the body. That's what it means in the Bible. It says, be still and know that I am God. Psalms. Sometimes return and know that I'm God. Point is that when you sit still and you stop and you return and you turn your attention inside, you will notice things. When you turn your attention in the Bible it says your inner room, into the inside. That's really what meditation is. It's turning your attention on that inside energy. You can call it God, you can call it whatever you want, but it's energy. And we all can sense it, we can all feel it, we can all intuit, and we all know it's there. Or we can all know it's there if we just pay attention to it. And that energy is most palpable when it's moving in a healthy way. This is why everyone loves orgasms. Orgasms, from a physical perspective, are an ultimate in the movement of energy, and it's associated with wonderful feelings. That's why everybody loves it. Our whole culture is obsessed with it, or at least obsessed with sex. But ironically, you don't need to it's not a sexual thing. It doesn't have to be a sexual thing. It's just energy. Wilhelm Reich just said it was energy. He called it orgone energy. He said it was the same energy, but it's non-sexual. It's pure energy. It's not sex. It doesn't have to be tied down to sex. He said that energy is held in the body. It's locked into the body. We contract after many years. We become stiff. We become stone-like. Human beings turn to stone. It's called calcification. Every once in a while you hear some knucklehead healthcare professional tell you about how bad calcium is, or you'll read a study that says calcium is associated with heart disease. Calcium supplements. I got an email. I made me so mad here. I hate replying. I don't usually reply to emails for products, and you get these marketing emails from various formulas, various products. But this one really made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. I was so upset. It said, calcium, the cause of all diseases. Now, I know it was just a headline, and it sure did get me to open it. But still, they call that clickbait. It was definitely clickbait, and I fell for it. But still, there's this idea among healthcare professionals and alternative healthcare professionals that somehow calcium is a problem. The most important mineral in the body is a problem. It's not the calcium, it's the calcification. That doesn't mean it's the calcium, but we'll talk about that when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open. We'll be back after this. right, we're back on the bright side. Pharmacist Ben here, 844-236-6010. Got lots of lines open for you, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about anything we're speaking about here today. I know we're getting into the weeds a little bit with this idea about health, but, we've been talking about nutrition now for 8 years, about supplements, about the importance of supplements, and I'm fully aware that you can make a big difference in the body just by getting on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. I've seen it too many times to not know that it's true that many, many, many people will get on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and change their life. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not talking hyperbolically. I have seen it so many times that I cannot, as a healthcare professional, not tell you about it. That's how powerful Beyond Tangy Tangerine is. I'm not kidding you. I am not exaggerating in any way, shape, or form. For people who haven't supplemented before, especially if they're sick or they're on medication, it will change their life dramatically. This is why longevity keeps growing. This is why the longevity company has been around now for 20 plus years, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. It's because fundamentally most people are malnourished. They don't get enough nutrition, and you start putting nutrients in the body, and you can the life-changing effects on your life are undeniable. You can't miss it. You can't miss the drop in blood pressure, drop in weight and appetite suppression, and more energy, and pains and aches going away, and teeth are stronger, and eyesight is better. I've been seeing this for 20 years, folks. I've been seeing these kinds of changes for 20 years consistently. I don't get blown away anymore. I mean, I still do actually get blown away by it, but it's just undeniable. Nonetheless, there are many levels to health. Nutritional supplementation is one of them, and you have to be coherent on all the dimensions if you're going to maximize your body's ability to be healthy. And keep in mind, and make no mistake, the body wants to be healthy. It's in its nature to repair. Everything repairs. Cells repair. It's only when they're overloaded that they don't repair. You guys get that. This is so powerful. Cells, at their very basic nature, repair. There are systems for not just repairing, but for adjusting, so that when the temperature gets too high, special proteins are secreted that modify the temperature effects on the cell. So that when the energy levels get too chaotic, there are certain mechanisms that will direct the energy more effectively or stash the energy away. It's unbelievable the type of intelligence and responsiveness that a cell has in terms of its ability to handle the environment. And that means we should never be sick. That means from a fundamental cellular biochemical level, the intelligence in the body has taken care of sickness. Health is our natural tendency. That is so amazing. That is so powerful. It means that if we're sick, we're interfering somehow, or we're not supporting it somehow. The system wants to be healthy. So Wilhelm Reich talked about contractions. He talked about how when we're sick, somehow the energy isn't flowing correctly, and by manipulating the physical body, because energy is stored in the connective tissue, by manipulating the connective tissue, you could release energy similar to an orgasm. He said the contractions were armoring. He called it, he termed it, he said you're forming an armor. That armor shows up chemically as calcification. Calcium is not the problem. Calcification is a sign of the problem. So you don't not take calcium. Not that calcium supplements are all that in a bag of chips either. You're supposed to get calcium from food. Best food source of calcium, by the way, is not dairy. Dairy's got a lot of problems associated with it. Probably the best food source of calcium is watercress or spinach or green leafy vegetables. Of course, dairy products do have calcium in them, but you got to deal with a lot of other things when you do dairy these days. So calcification is a sign that the body's been armoring, been contracting, been not moving, breaking up calcification, breaking up fibers. Another way that we age is we become fibrotic. This is powerful, I'm going to say right now, there is no chronic degenerative disease that does not have associated fibrosis. Fibrosis is a type of hardening. It's one of the ways the body adjusts to long-term damage, long-term attack. So liver becomes fibrotic, the lungs become fibrotic, the skin becomes fibrotic, the fascia become fibrotic. All of this leads to clogs in energy. And the only way to break up these fibers, and you can break them up a lot of the times, not all the time, but a lot of the times you can break up these fibers, especially in the muscle, in the movement areas, the muscles, and the skeletal system. That's what Rolfing is about. That's what osteopathy. That's how osteopathy started. Those are the beginnings of osteopathy. Now we have DOs who are like doctors, official doctors, but being a DO is a specialty of the doctor field that understood that the connective tissue and fibrotic connective tissue and scar tissues and adhesions are a leading cause of distress and disease. You can see how the body's meant to be healthy, but it's only when it's chronically broken down. It's only when it's chronically attacked. It's only when it's chronically exposed to toxicity. It's only when it's chronically armoring and contracting. And that's when we run into the problem. You can experience not really the orgone energy, but you can kind of experience some of that pleasurable feeling associated with the orgone energy by leveraging the 4-part sequence of contraction and relaxation that Dr. Reich talked about. Dr. Reich said all living systems have a 4-part series of actions and non-actions, I guess. The 4-part series is contraction. It involves contraction and release. It involves, the 4 parts are, let's see if I can get these right here. A contraction or tension, holding, relaxation, and rest. So the system, it gets squeezed. Just squeeze your muscles. You can feel this. You squeeze, you hold, and then you release, and then you rest. And if you do that a bunch, it could be extremely pleasurable. Ancient people called this Kriya Yoga. It's a type of yoga. Yoga means yoke, and to connect. Yoga actually means health, in a way. Health means wholeness. Yoga means wholeness, oneness, unity. That's what yoga actually means. It means to be healthy. Health also means to be whole. And you can use this kind of 4-part series, Kriya Yoga or Reichian, I guess Reichian therapy. It's a type of Reichian therapy of contracting, squeezing, holding, relaxing, and resting. You can experience it. You can use it to relax. You feel very relaxed. You can use it to heal. You can use it to build. You can use it if you have insomnia. You start with your toe. You lay in bed. You start with your toes and work yourself up your body, doing these kinds of squeezing, holding, relaxing, and resting. Squeezing, holding, relaxing, and resting. Squeezing, holding, relaxing, and resting. Go all the way up your body. And one of the cool things about leveraging the flow of energy and how energy moves is that it's both energizing and relaxing. So you can use this kind of system, this 4-part system of contracting, holding, and relaxing and resting to energize yourself first thing in the morning when you wake up, or also to fall asleep if you have insomnia. That's pretty cool. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll be back right after this on The Bright Side. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number, and we do have lines open for you. We'll get your calls momentarily. Don't forget to check out our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com. Our new energizing exfoliator is out today, and we also have free shipping for the near future at truthtreatments.com. And also our longevity products are all up at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com. And please click on the Join the Team link if you're interested in starting a longevity business, or even if you just want to get your products at the wholesale price. Click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com for a one-time $25 fee. You can be a longevity distributor and help me in my mission to educate the world about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. All right, so we'll continue talking about energy and ways you can leverage energy, and how diseases, how blockages in energy. That's really what this is all about. Disease, dis-ease. Ease is flow. Dis-ease is non-flow, basically, in a nutshell. And we will continue that discussion in the coming days on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. A couple of interesting stories, and then we'll get to your calls. This is from the journal Gastroenterology. Low FODMAPs diet. Low FODMAPs diet improves the symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome. FODMAPs are sugars, fermentable sugars, fermentable monosaccharides and polyols, fermentable sugars, basically. It's all your fermentable sugars. And the polyols, by the way, are xylitol, mannitol, sorbitol. Sugars that end with OLs that diabetics use. They use these in candies a lot. Those are polyols, and those can wreak havoc on the digestive system. Although I have to say xylitol is a pretty fascinating sweetener. If you can handle it, xylitol is it's a sweetener that helps prevent cavities. How do you like that? It's pretty fascinating stuff, xylitol. But you got to be able to handle the polyols, and not everybody can. If you have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, gas, bloating, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, so-called SIBO, chronic diarrhea, or chronic constipation, or chronic both, just you don't feel good in your belly, put it that way, there's a very good likelihood that you're getting too much FODMAPs, and asparagus contains it. That's why you can't say, well, I'm gluten-free, but I still have my problems. Because gluten is just one thing. It's like gluten gets all the press. I remember when I first started hearing about gluten about maybe 20 years ago. Nobody really knew about it. It was kind of this weird thing, gluten intolerance. We learned about it in pharmacy school in the 1980s. So I knew about it. But it's just started to get out there in the public domain in the late 1990s. And at the beginning, nobody really knew what it was, heard of it. Now everybody's talking, I'm gluten-free, but I still have arthritis, but I still have my gas, I still have my bloating, I still have my autoimmune problem, because gluten is just one thing. That's why I always say you got to do a food diary, or at least pay attention to your body's reactions to foods. It's not enough to be gluten-free, and gluten-free brownies can contain all kinds of crap in them that your body can react to. So FODMAPs is a serious problem. Going low FODMAPs means avoiding the fruits and the fruit juices, staying away from sweeteners in general. Even something like inulin, INULIN, can be a problem for some people. FOS can be a problem for some people. Certain fibers can be. There's no way to predict, is what I'm saying. So that's why a food diary is so important if you're dealing with any digestive health issues and if you're dealing with any kind of immune issues. And that includes allergies, by the way. The digestive tract, supporting the digestive tract is one of the most important strategies for dealing with seasonal allergies because of that whole immune system connection to the intestine. The intestine is the home of the immune system, the headquarters, I should say, of the immune system. It has satellites in the skin and in the respiratory tract and various parts of the body, the liver, but the headquarters is in the intestine. Speaking of the intestine, from the Journal of Colorectal Disease, 73 patients with diverticulosis, and if you haven't had diverticulosis or diverticulitis, consider yourself blessed because it is beyond miserable. There's little pockets in the intestine, little pockets that form called diverticuli, and when they get infected, you get a condition called diverticulitis, and that is awful, awful, miserable, agonizing pain, so much so that you'll have your colon taken out for it, and understandably so. You'll say, take that thing out, and you'll feel better when you take it out. But nonetheless, the trick is to keep your organs. That's like if life's a game, one of the objectives of the game is to keep all your organs till your body's gone. So you want to try to keep your intestine, and if you do have diverticulosis or diverticulosis, by the time it's itis, you may not have an option. But while it's still osis, diverticulosis is the condition of pockets. Diverticulitis is an infection of the pockets. While still only a condition, use butyrate. 73 patients with diverticulosis found significantly less pain, less fever, less symptoms of diverticulitis when they used butyrate. Butyrate is a short-chain fatty acid. You guys talked about short-chain fats before. and they come from probiotics. Probiotics make butyrate. This is why probiotics are one of the reasons why probiotics are so darn important for everybody, really, but especially if you're dealing with digestive health challenges, is bacteria can chew them up. Bacteria can chew up foods that we can't eat, I should say, like fiber, and release things like butyrate. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. You can also, by the way, get butyrate from butter. That's where butter gets the name butter, is from the butyric acid or butyrate that it contains. All right, 844-236-6010. Let's say good morning to Barry in New Orleans. What's up, Barry? How you doing, buddy?
Hello.
Hello. What's going on?
Hello.
Yes. Do I have Barry?
Oh, yes. I thought okay. Yeah. Good morning. I want to ask in regards to peanuts, because I like peanut butter, and I backed off of peanuts because of that mold on them, and also because they are acid-forming food. So, mainly, I'd like to hear what you say about the mold.
I'm not a fan of peanuts. Peanuts are kind of like cheap protein for poor people. That's how they develop, cheap protein for people who were poor people in the South, because they started to grow peanuts in the South. Peanuts are grown on the same crops, on the same soil that cotton is grown on. Okay, that's one problem, because cotton doesn't require the same kinds of pesticide restrictions that peanuts contain, so the soil is problematic on where peanuts are grown. Aflatoxin, which you're referring to, is another problem. And then one of the biggest problems with peanuts is the fact that they're legumes, and they contain enzyme inhibitors, and people have allergies to them. People can react. Skin problems are very common with peanuts, especially if you have like food acne. Peanuts can be a major cause of that, along with dairy and eggs. In fact, I'd say peanuts, dairy, and eggs and soy maybe are the big problems. I'm not a fan of peanuts. I like almond butter though. And by the way, peanuts are not nuts. So just be clear about that. Almonds, on the other hand, are nuts. Some people can be allergic to almonds. You can definitely have a problem with that. But it's much rarer, and it's a much better source of protein and much better food the almond is than the peanut. Hang on, Barry. We'll finish up when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back after this. Okay, we're back on the bright side. Pharmacist Ben here. We're talking to Barry in New Orleans. Barry, there?
Yes.
So peanut allergy is the real. Let me just say this real quick. Peanut allergy is the really big problem, and peanut oil. Peanut oil, by the way, is used in vaccines, and that could be a real big problem with the whole vaccine thing. Peanut allergies are an issue. That's really the biggest problem, aside from the aflatoxin, as you mentioned. Go ahead, Barry.
Does organic peanut butter make a difference?
No, it doesn't make a difference. That's good, better. Organic's always better, but no, it doesn't make a difference. Listen, have you tried almond butter?
Yes, but I like the peanut butter taste more.
You like the peanut butter?
So in a nutshell, you say it's best to leave peanut butter alone?
My opinion, it is. I mean, if you like the taste, absolutely. Try to find the cleanest peanut butter you can find. Why don't you make your own peanut butter? Grind your own peanuts. If you can find good peanuts, that is. I don't even know if you can find good peanuts. I think, you know what, Barry? Our food supply is just a big old mess, and it's really hard to do. If you like peanut butter, just do it. Go ahead.
Mainly because of the aflatoxins, once you leave them peanuts alone.
Aflatoxins, number one. The cottonseed soil, number two. The fact that cotton soil that they're grown on, number two, still has residuals of the pesticides they use in the cotton. And then number three, peanut allergies and also intolerances. Legumes are hard for a lot of people to process. They have enzyme inhibitors in them and various chemicals that are not good for you. Nonetheless, peanuts, I don't want to, they have good stuff in them. Peanuts are a great source of protein, great source of fiber, great source of B vitamins. It's good stuff, good minerals in there. So, it's not like it's a pure poison food, but I don't know. I don't eat it. That's just me. All right, Barry?
Yeah.
I'd say with food, sometimes in nutrition, it's just not that cut and dry. If you like it, it's kind of like on a spectrum. It's way better for you than Coke or a McDonald's hamburger, but it's not as good for you as an egg. It's all on a spectrum.
All right.
Okay.
the problems you mentioned with dairy, can you quickly? I know
there's so many. It's hard to even know where to begin. The pus that's on the cow's udders that gets in the milk, the pus count, the amount of allowable pus that's in milk, the homogenization, the pasteurization that kills the enzymes and many of the vitamins, the hormones and the antibiotics, whatever they give the cows, the stuff the cow's eating on the grass and the grains, it's in the grass and the grains, even if they don't give extra stuff to the cows. Milk is human milk and cow's milk are different in quality in amino acids. Let's see what else. Maybe that's, and then milk allergies. There's so many problems associated with milk. It's just really hard to know where to begin. Butter doesn't. You don't have those problems with butter. Go ahead.
Does that go for organic milk also?
Yep. Organic just means pesticides. Organic refers to, when in a food, refers to a food that doesn't contain pesticides or artificial or growth chemicals. Things that induce growth. I think pesticides is the specific definition, though. But that's always good. Of course, pesticides are everywhere, even in organic soil, or plants grown in organic soil. You can't control the soil. I'm sorry. Even if supposedly organic soil, you can't control for what's in the soil and what's in the air. So even then. All right, I got a bunch of calls I want to get to, my friend. Thanks so much for your call, Barry. Appreciate it. Hope we helped you out. Rosa, good morning. Welcome to the bright side. Rosa in Arizona. I'm going to put you back on hold. Going once. Going
Randy,
twice.
come on. He's going to talk about you.
Rosa. I'm going to put you on hold, Rosa. There's Rosa. Let's see if we get her back here. Rosa, you there?
Yes, I am.
How can we help you, my dear?
Okay, Randy's had some blood tests done and found out that...
Is this Rose? This is my friend Rose, not Rosa. Rose, right? Okay, gotcha. All right, now I understand. Rose, what's up with Randy?
Okay, he had blood work done. He's battling low blood pressure. He's gone to ER because his blood pressure was 72/40. He was dehydrated and had a urinary tract infection, but they're still having trouble weeks later trying to regulate.
Doesn't he have psoriasis also? Doesn't he also have psoriasis?
No.
No, what other health challenges did he have?
Okay, so let me tell you the next thing. It's a thyroid issue. His thyroid, they've increased it from 150 to 175, and they still can't regulate it.
No, it's not. That's gobbledygook. Rose, stop, sweetheart, stop. The thyroid's involved, and he's probably hypothyroid, but just because you're hypothyroid doesn't mean you're going to have low blood pressure, although that's definitely involved. There's probably a liver issue going on. Okay? In addition to the thyroid, I'm not saying the thyroid's not the problem, but I'd be focusing on the liver. You can't really focus on the thyroid. You can take thyroid medicine, they give you thyroid hormone, but as long as you have the other problems, the thyroid's you're not going to be able to work on the thyroid directly. Okay? So you got to work with the liver and the digestive system. What other health challenges does he have? Not the thyroid. What other symptoms?
Well, he was diagnosed with Hashimoto's.
Sweetheart, Rose, stop. I want to know what symptoms he has that don't involve the thyroid.
Exhaustion, low energy, low, what else? Low libido.
How's his digestion? He just feels tired all the time. How's his digestion? How's his food?
He's gassy.
Okay, now you're getting somewhere, okay? You can't do anything about the thyroid, but you sure can do something about the gassiness. That's usually where the problem is. When you have low blood pressure, it's usually the liver. The thyroid is definitely involved, and hypothyroidism slows everything down. So yes, the blood pressure will drop when you're hypothyroid, but I'm going first with the liver, and that means the digestive system. That's where you got to focus. Blood sugar is probably involved too, but focus on the digestive system, probiotics, and the organic. What I'm thinking here, the Swear V cleanse, that whole bit. You know that whole program. Swear V cleanse,
yes.
The whole bit.
Yeah,
and then also, hang on though, eliminating problem foods, that's always something that you have to do. And then also make sure that he is doing everything he can do to keep his blood sugar stable, because hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, will mess things up too. I'm focusing on the liver and the digestive system. You cannot work on the thyroid. Hashimoto's, by the way, is an autoimmune disease of the thyroid, and autoimmune diseases themselves are digestive. So you can't focus on the thyroid. Also, by the way, the digestive system activates thyroid hormone. So when your digestion's messed up, you can't activate thyroid hormone. All roads lead to the intestine and the liver, which is associated with it. And that's where I would be focusing, Rose. It's not going to be able to work on the thyroid. And it's not something at this point in time that's optional. It really is urgent and needs to be regarded with a sense of urgency. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So
Yeah.
I'd be Yeah, go ahead.
Pre-diabetic.
What?
He's also pre-diabetic.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He's not pre-diabetic. That's silly. That's a term. That's a diagnosis, a meaningless diagnosis. His blood sugar's messed up. So he's not pre-diabetic. He's just, and that happens. And you know what, by the way, he's normal. These are the things that happen as we get older. You know, it's like we can get away with a certain amount of stuff when we're younger, and then as we get older, we can't get away with it anymore. So you got to make changes. That's not atypical what he's dealing with. Does that make sense, Rose?
Yes.
So you got to focus on the gut, do all the digestive things from Swervita, the probiotics and digestive enzymes and lecithin, eliminate problem foods. The sugars are not his friends at this point. See what kind of foods are causing the gas. That would be a nice little trick to give you a nice piece of data, a nice data point, is if you can find out or identify the foods that are associated with the gas. That's where you're focusing, is what I'm saying here. See where the spotlight's going? Away from the thyroid, down to the gut. That's what the basic point of what all the stuff I'm trying to tell you is. Focus on that gut. Rose, I want to see if I can get one more call in. I hope I helped you out. God bless you. And let's go to Bob in Littleton, my friend Bob. What's up, Bob?
How you doing, Ben?
Doing good. What's going on, brother?
I have a client that has had a stroke. What would your suggestions be?
B vitamins, electrolytes, vegetable juices, bone soup, exercise, slow, deep breathing, lots and lots and lots of extra vitamin C and extra Beyond Tangy Tangerine throughout the day, omega-3 and omega-6 fats as in your ultimate EFAs. I would be taking extra zinc, extra vitamin A, making sure I was getting out in the sun. Don't forget the ultimate selenium. I'm sure I'm missing a few things here. Let me rack my brain real quick before. Vitamin E and carnitine. Vitamin E in its mixed tocopherol form. Carnitine, maybe 1 gram or 2 grams of acetyl L-carnitine every day. And anything he could do to build up connective tissue. A stroke is associated with connective tissue deterioration in the blood vessels. So anything you do to build up that connective tissue, treat himself like he's got arthritis. And that is all the time we have for today. Hope we helped you out, Bob. Thanks for your call. And thanks for listening to The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Please check out our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com and all the longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. And don't forget to click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. Start yourself a longevity business, or even just get your products at the wholesale price. Have yourselves a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, spectacular day. Thanks for listening to The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.